ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Grid Sports Media, the unofficial referees. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Lauren Jones, here with my co-host, Mr. Randy Anderson. Let them know you're in the building, sir.
What's good, everybody, man? It's been a rough day. It's been a rough day. Well,
Yeah.
2 days, but yeah, let's talk about it.
So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the news that basically shocked the world. You know, the death of Kobe Bryant. For those that haven't heard, which if you must live under a rock if you haven't heard,
Mm-hmm.
but Kobe Bryant did pass away.
At
Tragic
41,
death. 41 years old, helicopter crash. Killed him. His oldest daughter.
second oldest.
As well, second oldest daughter. My apologies. As well as seven other people. In one fell swoop. Details are starting to come out. But we'll say that for a later date once they've kind of revealed everything. I don't want to speculate. I want to wait for the full story to come out before I say anything. So, but let's talk about Kobe for a minute, man. Again, it was so shocking to hear, and you know, here we were thinking he was getting ready to start a new chapter
Mm-hmm.
in his life. I think he won an Emmy Award.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. So I mean, he was definitely headed on a solid projection. And then tragically he lost his life. But let's start with Kobe. Kobe, the athlete, man. Five-time NBA champion. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
20-year for the same team.
Yep.
Few players that ever play that long on one team. 20 years with the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, went from high school straight to the pros. In the words of Nelly, went from high school straight to the pros. Second year,
Mm-hmm.
made the All-Star team, and I don't think he. I think he made every All-Star team. I think he's a 19-year All-Star. Uh, you know, uh, 81 points in one game, the second highest scoring game in league history. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just got passed by LeBron James. So he's now number four on the all time scoring list. With three titles with Shaq, two more titles by himself, along with Phil Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, phenomenal basketball player. You know, I'm not gonna say he modeled his game after Michael Jordan. I think he modeled his game after himself. They just, shared some very, very similar traits. As far as basketball IQ, basketball edge, I think that's one of the biggest things is the basketball edge. The will to win, to not want to lose. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't a Kobe fan until he tore his Achilles. I'm not even going. I wasn't a Kobe fan at all. But when he tore his Achilles and he walked up to that free throw line, and this was towards the tail end of the game, him just trying to will them to a playoff spot. And he stood at the free throw line and sang both free throws before he walked off the court. Uh, that really solidified a moment to me with Kobe Bryant that said, you know, it ain't over till it's over. And I'm
Right.
gonna give you every last ounce of what I have on the basketball court. Every last ounce of what I had on the basketball court. His last game, nobody expected that epic performance.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody expected that type of performance in his last game. I mean, that stuff that you talk about, with your grandkids. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? 50 years from now, in Kobe's last game, he scored 61 and whatever put up. So just a phenomenal basketball player. Uh, he was a very, hardcore leader. His expectation was everybody on the team needs to work as hard as I do because that's what it takes, not only to get to the top, but to stay at the top.
Yep.
And there wasn't um there just wasn't a year that went by uh where you weren't talking about Kobe and something that he did on the basketball court. You know, so uh hats off to him. I don't know if you heard, but the uh the league, as I already said, we put you in the hall. Like we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
circumvent all of the other rules. You're gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which he was gonna be anyway. I mean, let's be honest. I just, it was a formality. He was
Yeah.
first ballot. There's no question.
Yeah.
Uh, so go ahead and drop a couple gems, man. I know you had some thoughts about Kobe the ball player.
Yeah. Well, we'll be right back. So, we'll be right back. But I don't know if you'll be able to hear me talk. But yeah, we'll be right back. Honestly, man, Kobe, I was, I'm a Jordan fan. You know what I'm saying? Through and through, Chicago fan all day. And when Kobe came out, everybody was putting Kobe as the new Jordan. And me as a young kid, I was just like, man, I can't be doing that. MJ still in the league. What y'all talking about? It's the same thing everybody's doing with Michael Jordan. I mean Kobe Bryant and LeBron James now. But so I've always grown up to be a Jordan Chicago fan. So just seeing him being able to I called him a copycat. Honestly, he was perfect. He was perfect at it. Cause damn near he swiped a couple of MJ's moves, and he made him work. You know what I'm saying? He made him look good. But I truthfully didn't become a true fan until like he was at his lowest point when he had that little case, that little case against him. You know what I'm saying? After that little case that he had against him, like I seen him pretty much humble himself, and you seen him build himself back up. That's when I became a fan. And
He said he humbled himself.
yeah, he kind of humbled himself. But like that's when I became a fan. You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
He was always humble. He was always humble. No, he was always humble. When he after that is when he became a monster. That's when the Mamba started coming out because he came out with a vengeance. Kobe Bryant he was intense. Always had the intensity.
no, I'm
But
talking.
he positioned.
I'm not talking about on the court. Like I'm talking about off the court. That's what I'm talking about. Like I'm going off the court. His evolution off the court. Then it pushed over onto on the court, and that's when I started respecting him. And I was like, yo, I just feel like I feel stupid trying to hate on this dude. And I low key I'm rooting for him the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So like ever since then, that's when I was like, all right, cool. I'll respect you, because I respect the purple and gold. You know what I'm saying? And I was a Boston fan, so a Boston and Bulls fan. So it was like, that kind of hurts. But yeah,
Boston and Bulls fan.
Because I have actually family in Boston, and Chicago's been my favorite team forever.
That's conflict. Those are two conflicting things, man.
Everybody, we welcome our other co-host Corey Infamy Gilmore. He got on his pajama shirt right now.
The resident
got on his pajama shirt, man.
The resident purple and gold.
He ain't had nothing else to wear. That towel, that's a sweat towel. You know what I'm saying? I use that as a, you know what I'm saying? I use that to dry off after the shower, man. That's MJ. Kobe was always humble, man. Kobe always was humble. He always had a humble soul on and off the court. What everybody saw, because everybody's like they like he was like that. He was happy when he came off, the court. No, what you saw when Kobe retired, you just saw typical Kobe Bryant. That was the same, the 17-year-old kid that I, looked up to because I was, much younger at that time. But the 17-year-old kid that was smiling ear to ear back then too. You know what I mean? He's ear to ear back then. Behind the scenes, I mean, he always possessed the same intensity, man. Always possessed the same intensity. You know, and a lot of people, man, they bringing up, you know, they keep talking about Colorado, like, you know, it's already been proven. You know, anybody bringing that up, man, they don't let the justice system take their place. It was proven that the chick lied, women lie all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? You want to criticize his taste and what you know what I'm saying, what he decided to mess with at that time. That's a whole nother story, but. Man, Kobe was always humble, man. He always put out, man, just good energy, man. Always showed intelligence, his resilience, man. I was always, man, just a Kobe fan, man. It really wasn't. Maybe it was low key just the marketing, because you know marketing does a lot the same way. You know, I was a Michael Jordan fan, but it was just deeper than that, man. I used to watch him, man, and I'd watch him. I was a Jordan fan before that. I was a Jordan fan, but always a Lakers fan. Jordan would just always win, man, and that's what I respected is the way he stood tall, especially seeing him as a black man too. Seeing him as a black man, and just that, they always and Kobe showed the same thing. But I like Kobe even before that. So when he started showing those, it gave me even more reason. Like, yo, this is the type of guy I can get behind. And I modeled. If you were to take two people who I modeled the rough draft of my life after, like as far as just pulling a lot of mannerisms from them, because like I said, I didn't have no father or whatnot. My grandfather, he did what he did or whatnot, but it was mainly, I got it from role models from different outsources. But when I saw him, I saw Kobe Bryant, and I see 50 Cent. Those two people, because you don't have to say nothing about being, you know what I'm saying, man. It's about how you carry yourself, how you know what I'm saying, how you move. Just being a winner. You know what I'm saying? You see those things and you take the best quality. So I say they modeled the rough draft of my life, But man, he was Kobe, man. Dude was just great, man. We can talk about basketball. We can talk about get into the aspects. We can do that on here, but this is a sports page, so I definitely don't want to leave out the basketball aspect, man. Just on the court, man. This what we got Grit Sports Media here for, man. I've been loving sports since I was a youth, man. Since I was a youth, and even though we understand today, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing more than a business. We still cherish that competitive aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Just the how you bond with each other, just everything, the dexterity that comes with it. Man, Kobe represented all of that, especially in the game. And I just, as a Lakers fan, man, just how he spoiled me. He spoiled me all of those years, man. I'm spoiled, man. I'm spoiled, man. He just wouldn't take no for an answer, and that's something you just drew from him. You drew from him. You see how he was calm. Them TNT NBC games, those TNT broadcast games, man. Crowd going crazy. He in San Antonio or Sacramento, crowd going crazy. Defense, and he swat. You know what I'm saying? Knock the hit the game winner, or the go ahead, the go ahead score, man, just with ease, man, and just always he never flinched, and we just talking about on court, but a lot of that is just because how his character and who he was off court too. You know what I'm saying? His dedication to the game, his preparation. I think he has the best footwork. There's no NBA player in NBA history that has the footwork of Kobe Bryant. No.
Okay. I have no clue. But
I see you, Lauren. I saw you, Lauren.
But if anybody wants to call in,
you don't think Jordan had just as good as feet work as Kobe?
Nah,
hold on. Before
like this is where I put. Somebody about to comment.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If you guys want to call in, if you're watching right now, you want to call in. The number is to tell us about what your thoughts about Kobe Bryant and what your memories are. The number is 816-944-0898. 816-944-0898. All right, y'all can go ahead.
Best footwork ever. Reason why I put him past Jordan is because Kobe's footwork extended outside of the 3-point line. Also, that's the only thing that puts Kobe over. Yeah, that's the only thing. As a matter of fact, because I was about to say Jordan, Kobe was more athletic, but I'm thinking toward the end. But no,
do you think that's subjective of just the trajectory of the game and
that's
how
just
it
the
was
trajectory.
evolving?
Yeah, that was just the trajectory of the game. Because I'm pretty sure Jordan would have displayed the same thing, but we just going off of just what we've seen, the evolution of the game.
I respect.
Yeah, just like there's no shooter like Steph Curry in NBA history. There's no shooter like him in history.
Jordan said Jordan and Kobe A1 and B1. That's what he said about your conversation.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right. No, he's right. He's right.
He's not.
He's right.
Nah, I disagree.
Because you're gonna start going into LeBron, man. We gotta make this about Kobe, man.
Nope. No, I think that's a disrespect to Kobe. They're A1. They side by side. They ain't no A1 B1.
Kobe and Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh no, Jordan's better. Jordan's a better player.
But I don't think you put Kobe in a B class though.
No, not B. I mean, it's 1 and 2, man. 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean you could say 1 and 2. I give you 1 and 2. Ain't no A1 B1. Kobe
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think he meant 1A and 1B, which is that still puts him in that number 1. So that puts him side by side. Yeah, I say 1 and 2. But yeah, man. No, he's got the as far as footwork though, Kobe's got the best footwork in NBA history. Nobody has that footwork, man. And just dude just worked hard, man. Dude worked hard. It's sad, man. It's sad to see it end like this, man. This is the strongest reminder, man. Like I said, man, I was shoot, man. That shit broke me down because I pulled a lot from Kobe. That was my favorite player. Lakers fan, man. Lakers fan. I got to see him one time. Got to see him when they came to Kemper Arena back in 2000. The season before the year they won their first championship. I saw them as him and Shaq at Kemper Arena. They played the Wizards that year, man. So I got to see him one time, man. But it's a shame I didn't get to see it up close. But shit, other than that, man, I was there through the whole ride, man. The whole ride, man. Kobe Bryant, man. Rocking with him the whole time when nobody else would, man. It was me and old boy Stevie Burks, man. Alec Burks of the Golden State Warriors, his older brother, man. Me and him, man. We was going against everybody. Everybody's talking about we Sacramento Kings fans. And,
Sacktown was
they
good.
Gonna take them out. Yeah, Portland Trailblazers or this and that. It's like, nah, man. Or Tracy McGrady. Like,
shout out to Brandon Roy
all day, man. Kobe's number 1, man. They can't see him. Who else they try to compare to Kobe, man? Everybody, man.
Yeah.
Kobe was the truth, man. We seen that. But.
So let's talk about let's talk about Kobe Bryant, the man, the legend.
Jump in the mailbag real quick. He said Jordan said Kobe was a better scorer than Jordan, but was better all around player than LeBron. Just lucky he got.
Who's this Jordan character?
I have no clue who
that might be my people. That might be my people. That thing is asleep. Jordan Otis, right?
No, not Otis.
Not Jordan Otis?
Nope.
What's the last name?
Hold on. It just disappeared. TERRAZAS. Let me see if I can see it on my page real quick.
What's happening, Jordan?
We ain't gonna worry about it, man. That's all right, Jordan. I respect your opinion. We'll have to have this conversation again when we ain't doing no tribute. But
he's saying some valid things. I mean, Kobe was the better threat, just because of if you want to go by just like the like we said, the evolution of the game. And like I said, Kobe's range, man. Kobe was a better threat.
No,
Jordan
no,
was better.
hold on, real quick. Hey, Jordan, no, bro. We he said he found the page by accident. Nah, dog, you good? You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you right now. You know what I'm saying? We just
Nah,
if
it's all,
if you wanted to
it's all
call in,
love.
you could call in. But yeah, go ahead,
Nah,
continue, dog.
it's
Oh,
all
that's what's
love,
up. Nah,
man. It's all
we
love on this.
appreciate it, man. Hey, hop on in, Jordan. Hop on in, man. Hop on in, dog.
So let's talk about Kobe the
Hey,
man.
you definitely, man, talking. He sound like he knows some basketball, man. He sound like he knows some basketball. You know,
Jordan, come bring that smoke. They
look,
want that smoke.
Lauren don't agree, man.
They
hey,
want
man,
that
don't
smoke.
listen to this dude, man.
He want that smoke. Come on, bring that smoke.
Got me over here posturing in my seat, man. I already got to look at this Raiders shirt all night. Come on now. Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk
Yeah,
about Kobe. Let's talk about Kobe the man, man. You know what I'm saying? As we all know, he actually one of his daughters died with him in the helicopter crash, but he also left behind 3 other girls along with the spouse and other family, his father, you know what I'm saying, his mother and things of that nature. And I think one of the things for me, you know what I'm saying, because I always do my best to separate the athlete, let me rephrase that, separate the celebrity from the person, because, you do certain things as a celebrity, because that's just part of your job, but when you're at home, that's really truly who you are, and I don't think that there's a person that can say that, he wasn't dedicated to his family, everything he cared about in life, he went 1,000%. He gave you everything he had, same as he was on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? He gave you everything he had, every ounce of him. We all have our transgressions, you know what I'm saying? Things we've done that we're not proud of, mistakes that we made that we wish that we could take back. Uh, but as a man, I mean, you see what he was doing with his daughter that was playing ball. You had other women, older women that was like she could have played right now because he instilled in her a lot of the same tools that he had when he played the game of basketball. And I would venture to say that whatever arenas his other daughters would have wanted to enter, whether that was sports or anything else, I can guarantee you that he would have been a driving force behind, every single one of their successes, because that's just the type of man that he was, the type of father that he strived to be to his children, definitely a role model, and
Yeah.
you don't have to try to be a role model. You just be one. You just are.
Yeah.
You don't have to try. You don't have to go out of your way. Not everybody doesn't want to be a role model, and that's okay. But he stayed true to himself. He said a great example. We don't even talk about Kobe the man enough because he was such a phenomenal basketball player that we don't even talk about Kobe the man enough. We talking about it now. Number one, because he passed. Number two, because he's post retirement. So we're seeing a little bit more of another side of Kobe Bryant. But this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? If you follow Kobe, this ain't nothing new. Kobe's been setting up his business structure for over a decade.
Yeah.
I would venture to say year 2, 3 in the league, he was already working on that. Go ahead. What we got? We got some comments.
Jump in the mailbag real quick. Mir J said, so what's good, Jameer? What's good? He said Magic said Kobe was the greatest Laker ever. Greater than Kareem, Magic, etc. So yeah.
No question. There's no that's not even an argument. Honestly, that's not even an argument. I don't think there's a Laker that would disagree with that.
Yeah.
Whether it's Shaq, whether it's Kareem, whether it's Magic. Now you can argue, or you not argue. you could speculate what Magic would have become, but
True.
it's all speculation because his career got cut short.
Yeah.
So there's no argument that Kobe is the best Laker ever,
Yeah, and
ever.
jumping back into the bag real quick. Jordan, shout out to Jordan once again. Jordan said that the best way to honor Kobe Bryant for the WNBA to name a team the Mambas. Yeah, so after him, because his daughter's team, his
He
daughter,
was a huge advocate. He
yeah,
was a huge advocate for the WNBA. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? He was a huge advocate. I don't know about all that though.
Yeah.
That would be a nice gesture. That would be a nice gesture. But I don't know about all that. That'd be a nice gesture though. I'll say that much because he did advocate for uh, uh, the WNBA quite a
mm-hmm.
bit actually.
Yeah, they saying a
He
lot
was
of stuff.
really
They
one of
talking
the
about
first.
they want to retire 24-8, make Kobe the logo and all of that. I mean, it's good. This guy's gesture, but it don't mean nothing. It don't really don't mean nothing because you can't take away. You can do all the 24-8. Let people have that number if they want to wear it because there'll never be another Kobe Bryant. Like I
Yeah,
said,
I never.
he mimicked Michael. He mimicked Michael's moves and he performed them to perfection. But
And
within that process, he became his own man. He became his own man. So he's Kobe Bryant. Michael's Michael. Kobe is Kobe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never understood the whole retirement of jerseys. I understand that you want to respect the player. You know what I'm saying? But if you're saying a number, not a name, but a number personifies somebody, nah. Let somebody else wear that jersey. Cause like Corey just said, there'll be another Jordan.
Well, not just that. I think the team. I think it's cool. I'm down. They don't have to do nothing, but I'm down with the team.
The team I'm okay with.
But the whole league is like, man, yeah, like nah, man, nah, I don't want that. Yeah. If a team wants to do that, that's fine. They, a lot of teams have retired the number 23. Miami Heat, I know they did for sure. They retired just because they was getting they ass busted by Jordan all those years. Man.
Jumping back in.
This thing, there's a lot of numbers, man, because the Heat retire everybody.
Man, they gonna screw themselves up eventually, man, because they don't nobody want to wear the number 77 or 80, or 89 like 99. you watching NFL, man.
Yeah. Jordan said, my parents named my older brother Michael and me Jordan. They were diehard Jordan fans.
Really? Jordan was that man, dog. Jordan was the man.
But I'll always be a Kobe fan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Jordan.
Jordan was inspirational within itself. There's a lot of stuff that shows within the game of sports. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what happens behind the scenes. He's like Jordan was on there punching his teammates during practice and stuff. Like, we don't advise stuff like that. But man, just the overall intensity that he played with, how he conducted himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never showed themselves as clowns. Jordan and Kobe, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Kobe the man. And they didn't have to be macho to say, you just looked at him and say, that's a man right there. That's how a man's supposed to move. That's what I saw from a child. I saw that in Jordan, and then I transferred to Kobe. I'm like, man, that's how a man's supposed to move. That's how he's supposed to carry himself. From mine, you know what I'm saying? Like, who am I? That's my personal view. But when I looked at them, I'm like, man, they wasn't all emotional and things like that. They just went. They handled their business. Get it done. You know what I'm saying? Something happens. Move on.
From, don't you? You know what that comes from, don't you?
Oh, we got a rumor.
You said what?
You know what that comes from, don't you?
What?
Having a father in the home.
Yeah.
Lojo speaks.
We got a what?
Lojo speaks. We got to jump back in the mailbag. So Jordan also says, rumor is the All-Star game, they will honor Kobe by having one side wear the number 8 and the other side wear the number 24 jerseys.
That'd be all right.
Shout out
that'll
to
give the All-Star something to watch.
But yeah, man, I wanted to bring up something about Kobe, man, because he retired like 5-6 years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
when he retired, he was done. He was done with basketball. He was done with basketball. You just started seeing him come to the basketball games more this year because of his daughter. Like, I don't know if a lot of people really know that, but because of his daughter was the one that was getting him to the basketball games. It wasn't
Yeah.
because the Lakers were winning and the Lakers had LeBron. It was literally because his daughter was the one dragging him out to those games, and he fell in love with the. He was falling back in love with basketball because of his daughter, and like that I don't know about everybody else, but that touched me. I was like, yo, that's crazy. I was like, man,
I
cause
mean, well, he didn't necessarily, because he was always, he'd pop up at the games. He wasn't just, Kobe had a lot going on. He's been running his academies over the years. He's been active, you know what I'm saying, with his daughter's basketball. Not even with his daughters, but just youth in general. And then not just youth, but the
high
NBA
school,
players. He's been working with the NBA players ever since.
and
We
high
just
school
saw,
players or
he
college
just
players. My
saw at
bad.
the beginning of the season, he had at the academy, he got Kawhi,
Yep.
Kyrie, Paul
Paul
George, man,
George,
all the top stars in the league at his
Devin Booker,
camp.
Devin
At
Booker.
his camp, they still learning, soaking game. That says a lot. That says a lot that not just as a player, but there has to be that character shines through that. You know what I'm saying? When you're able to project that type of leadership, and that comes through on your game. That comes through on your game, because if you slacking on that, the mental aspect too, that's going to show too, and you're gonna lose. Because you got to have that mental aspect, especially for the later part of life when you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're not the slam dunk champion as Kobe was in '97. You're not the slam dunk champion anymore. So now you gotta be able to use the mental aspect of the game. And shoot, he was, man, the dude was dedicated, man. The dude was dedicated. Man, this is so many memories, man. I remember I mean, I was there for all of it, man. The air balls against Utah, uh, the sweep, the sweep. We got swept by San Antonio '99 in the lockout season. I remember that was my first time seeing Tyronn Lue. You know what I'm saying? That's Tyronn Lue came out. I remember, like I said, the follow up season, man. The game seven against Portland. Not even that shit. It's a performance against Phoenix the round before that, and then the performance in the finals when Shaq fouled out. What else, man? The end of game, the
Yeah,
last game of the season,
talking about
2004,
that
when they had Gary
Phoenix,
Payton and them jump from the
talking about
fourth
that
seed
Phoenix
to the
series.
second seed. I mean, list goes on.
You talking about that
Phoenix
Phoenix
series,
series
yeah,
when the
going
league
against
screwed them?
who they had, man. They
League
had
screwed them.
Jason Kidd. I remember Jason Kidd, Rex Chapman. Who did Phoenix have on this? Kevin Johnson was still there. Kevin Johnson.
Which one?
Was Cliff Robinson with him? I think Cliff Robinson was there.
What year? Which one you talking about?
It was 2000. This was in 2000.
Did they play Phoenix 2 years in a row then?
Was Phoenix the year after?
Cause Phoenix, when the Phoenix team that they beat had Steve Nash and Stoudemire, not them.
No, you talking about later. You talking about later.
Okay.
No, you talking about the later Phoenix. I'm talking about Jason Kidd and them. Jason Kidd.
Oh,
you don't remember?
yeah, okay.
Jason, you don't remember Jason Kidd, Rex Chapman? Matter of fact, Penny Hardaway was with him too. Penny Hardaway, all of them. Yeah, man. Yeah. I remember all of that. Like I said, in the I'll never forget they were 4th seed, man. They were 4th seed. Like last game of the season, Rose Garden, man. If they didn't win it, they would have been locked into the 4th seed. Kobe hit that long 3-pointer to send it into overtime against Portland, and then one more in overtime, a game winner in overtime to give us that 2nd seed and make it easier, man. 81-point game.
Mm-hmm.
How he was able to lead the team after Shaq left, take the same players that he had and build them to where we was I say we as a fan, number 1 in the league. You know what I'm saying? Number 1 in the league, until Bynum got hurt. But, he helped develop Bynum. Bynum got hurt, bring Gasol in. Lost to Boston. was able to come back. That was some of the best years because then I got to witness the Lakers and Celtics rivalry for my own era. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't old enough for that. So I got to see that, and I got to see Kobe get his payback. And then I think his most special season was his final healthy in quotations, that 2013 season, man, where he had to lead them boys back, and he finally popped his Achilles in that last game. But I thought that season, y'all got to pay attention to. If y'all didn't see that up close, I'm pretty sure they got it documented. Uh, that season was legendary, man. That season was legendary. He went on a tear, man. You just look at this season. I'm pretty sure they got that season somewhere on YouTube or something. That final game, even after he was hurting his leg, he still went out there and gave it his all, and then and ended up popping his Achilles and still shooting free throws. That's where it went from there. And then to finish out his season with that 60 point, and I still kind of think they kind of let him get that 60 points. So just a little tad bit, but still, man, that was a hell of a way to go out, man.
Yo,
that was
if that's
a hell
true,
of a way to go out, dog.
Jordan, if that's true, dog, because I don't want to put up no false news. I don't know if that's true or not. But if that's true, that's crazy. What?
I read it. That's true. That's true.
Okay, all right. Well,
he knew
Jordan with
that,
the facts.
though.
Jordan with the facts.
Nah, he was talking about when his mom was selling his memorabilia and his pops got him for some bread. It's out there, man.
Yeah,
I ain't know about that.
They had fallen out. They actually had fallen out during the Philly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Before the Philly finals, and they say that's why he was. That's why he was sad, man. That's why he was sad. After this, remember that iconic picture, he's sitting with the trophy or whatnot, and that's part of the reason, man. They weren't there the whole series, man. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah.
So man, it's but that's just the player, man. Just great as a player. Like I said, as a man, you just saw like I said, his leadership afterwards, how he was with his daughters. Like I said, what was you about to say, Lauren?
I was gonna say one of the biggest things that I took from Kobe, you know what I'm saying, is that, and we talk about this a lot, but or enough, but it's not a marathon, or it's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to be, you know how news, you got all these media outlets, and they're always trying to be the one to release the story first. Mm-hmm. It's not about being first. It's about being the best. Like, it don't matter if you first, second, or third. Like, be the best. Like, some of the best media people out there, your Adrian Wojnarowski's, they don't report nothing until they got factual evidence. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter that somebody reported it first, because they're going to report it second or third, but they going to give you the whole gamut, though. Mm-hmm. You just not going to get the headline. You going to get the details. And that's one of the things about his work ethic. You talk about his feet work. That's hours upon hours in the gym watching film. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can guarantee you that if you talk to Vanessa, I'm using her name like we friends or something. If you would talk to his wife, she would tell you, yes, there were some times I wish Kobe would come home and just hang with us, mm-hmm. but we understood where he was at that time in his life, and he needed basketball. You know what I'm saying? He needed basketball, and really basketball needed him. It was a perfect relationship. You know what I'm saying? When the torch was passed from Jordan to Kobe, you couldn't pass it to nobody else. Yeah. You couldn't pass it to Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Shaq wasn't that type of guy, nor did he really probably want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? At that time in his life. So Kobe was really the only person in the league at that time that you could pass it to, that would be able to take it and run with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, it's just, man, that work ethic, that, the grind before you shine. You know what I'm saying? And, he didn't even talk about anything that he accomplished. Other people did it for him. He didn't have to say anything. He didn't
Uh,
have to say anything. Other people spoke for him, and that's a measure of greatness. I don't need to talk about my greatness. It's
mm-hmm.
there. You can talk
Yep.
about it. I don't need to talk about it. I'm back here doing the work. You know what I'm saying? To be great. You
Couple
know, so
jump
go
back
ahead.
jump back into the comment bag real quick. He said, "Y'all remember when Kobe D'd up LeBron and shut his ass down? Laugh out loud." And then he also said, "How different would it have been if he stayed with the Charlotte Hornets?" Yeah, yeah, Charlotte Hornets.
How different would it have been?
And then yeah, that's the question
I
he
mean,
asked.
I, I mean, Charlotte would have been a squad.
Yeah, and he also says,
I would have been a very sad man. You know, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today. You know what I'm saying?
And he also said, I do believe his one of his teammates would have been a young Baron Davis.
Nah, Baron ain't want that smoke, man. He wanted to eat pizza all the time, pizza rolls. He didn't want that smoke. Kobe would have ran him off of that squad.
Yeah, yeah.
Kobe would have ran him off of that squad, man. Could have got some highlights, but that's about it, man. That's about it. But yeah, no, we could go on and on. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Kobe fan as a basketball player, although, his game is legendary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not I can't even argue that. You know what I'm saying? His game is legendary. You know what I'm saying? There are so many players that have modeled different aspects of their game after Kobe. Uh, you know, Kobe, you got these cats now. They don't want to go talk to anybody. You got players now that didn't want to go to talk to anybody but Kobe Bryant to
Yep.
understand his that Mamba mentality. Like, what does that shit mean? Because whatever it means, like it works. Like the proof is in the pudding. So a lot of the younger players, when you would think that, and I'm not saying that nobody goes to talk to LeBron. But I think that a lot of these younger players are going to talk to Kobe, to Jason Tatum's and stuff like that, to
Yeah.
really just kind of absorb his energy and, pick his brain about the small things, because it's the intricate details. You know what I'm saying? The footwork, the head fakes. You know what I'm saying? The proper technique. Like Jordan and Kobe were technicians in
Mm-hmm.
basketball. They were technicians. You know what I'm saying? When you watched them play, whether it's on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball, they play with the fundamentals that you try to teach anybody.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The proper stance on defense. How to have your elbow in the right spot when you release the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Just it's those intricate details. Those are the things that separate the the greats from the legends. I ain't talking about the good from the great, the
Right.
great from the legend. T Mac was great. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was a legend. You know what I'm saying? Clyde Drexler was great. Michael Jordan was a legend. You know what I'm saying? So it's the little things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that the two people that I mentioned didn't have those similar fundamentals, but it was different, man. It was different. I mean, you 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 could tell you we could talk about this all night long. Seriously, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and just really break it down. But I didn't want to go all night. I just really wanted to, again, my respect for Kobe. You know what I'm saying. I wanted to honor him. You know what I'm saying, and talk about basketball, but even more than basketball, and what he meant as an ambassador to a lot of different things. He was ambassador to a lot of different things. We don't talk about Kobe the father. We should. That you model how to raise your kids after Kobe. I'm sure. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so I definitely just wanted to honor him. It's just so sad, man. We sometimes the good ones die young, man, and he definitely went young. before we wanted him to go.
Yeah.
Now let's be clear that that our lives don't have the expiration date that we want it to have, because
Mm-hmm.
lots of us will live forever, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying? When your day's gonna come, you don't know when your number is gonna be called. So the best
All right,
thing you
Jordan.
can do is make every moment. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate your comments. But you got to make every moment, every second count, man. It really matters when people say don't go to bed angry. Like that shit's real, because you don't know if you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
wake up in the morning. Don't go to bed angry. You know what I'm saying? It's human nature to let certain negative emotions come out, but don't go to sleep like that, man.
Yeah.
Don't go to sleep like that, because if that's the last thing the last impression that you leave on a person, uh, it's not a good way to go. You know, it's really not a good way to go. So, you know, again, we could beat this horse all night and talk about a million different stories, but you know, Kobe, you know, gone but never forgotten. We honor you. We cherish everything you gave to us while you were here in a physical presence on this earth. We know that your spirit will live on forever. So we're going to sign off this episode of Grit Sports Media via the unofficial referees. Uh, you know,
Podcast,
check out
baby.
more content. Jordan, thank you for coming and being a
Honorary
active
fourth guest.
in today's show, man. We really, truly, humbly appreciate it. Check out the other content that we have out there via YouTube, Three Pyramid Network. You know, and stay tuned for more. This is just the cusp of 2020. We're gonna be hitting y'all hard and heavy this year. We may do another one tonight. So if you ain't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying, go fill up your water bottle and get you another snack, man. We might go in again. So till next time, signing off. We out at y'all.
Peace,
Hey,
Kobe.
peace.
Peace, Kobe.
Mamba, we out.
Salute, King. You know what I'm saying? Salute.